Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Right now, definitely that mama vibe. Mama gotta keep it real with you. And I'm also sharing this video because some of us, and even myself, making sure to be aware and staying aware, like things will change and things are changing and things will change drastically. you know, because sometimes we could get caught up in this facade energy, especially with the new age movement of where everything is, speaking to, again, because it is about being in the moment. It is about, lifting up your energies to a high vibration. But it's also about peeping out the reality of the situation, again, and the way things cycle, and knowing that, the ancient indigenous ancestors and information, always pointed to something that New Age movement information never point to, and it's, activation, reawakening of certain beings. And again, this aspect right now is just speaking to also like those who might be still working the 9 to 5s and in the system, realize, from the aspect of money, that system, all that is soon about to, fall. And that's why a lot of us, just on some following our intuition, cause, some parts of me being houseless could be seen, for myself. Well, no, I wouldn't even say that, because I done hustled before. I done showed to myself that I could make sure I'm making a living and make sure that I could take care of myself by myself. So I wouldn't even say that, being houseless was me not being able to take care of things. You know what I'm saying? It was more so of just an intuitive vibe of, detachment, of learning how to be fully detached from the system, and also fully connected with what I'm doing for myself as an entrepreneur, because it's that vibe also of, be ready so you don't have to get ready, if I'm waiting for the jump shot, if I'm ready for that jump shot before you pass it, I don't have to, I won't be all surprised when you pass it to me, because I was ready for you to pass the ball to me for that jump shot. Again, just right now, just looking at the, now is the vibrate at all times. And that's what I was going to get to, because some of us could feel like, well, damn, how am I, working on a business or doing these things, that seems like it's within the worldly sense, of the material sense of things, but yet still at the same time I'm gonna be connecting to nature and things of this, so what's really going on, And again, it's the vibrate. It's important for us to start establishing, creating our own businesses and things of this nature, because a lot of these corporations and stuff is about to fall, and everything is being lined up. Reason why a lot of us may be connecting with the color red and the root chakra energy, to really have that vitality, to really have that certain level of courageousness. And also we're working through karmic energy out of the root chakra, and dealing with Saturn in retrograde. Saturn retrograde is cleaning out our energies. So by September, when it comes out of retrograde, we're going to be clearer and we're going to be lifted up. And, going into 2020, some of us are going to be displaying more and more extrasensory perception abilities and things of this nature. Some of us more than others, you know what I'm saying? But we're all, for the most part, having this type of awakening. And again, this has, tapping into your neuromelanin. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even going into what you identify as or none of that. Tap into your neuromelanin. To those who it may concern. Because again, there's parasites within this realm, and I've been seeing that come up a lot. The insectoid thing. Matter of fact, shout out to RFG doing a video bringing up the insectoid situation. And when he brought up that, he also brought up the movie Aliens, Independence Day, the movie It, Ninja Turtles, but all these different correlations where the insect always the bad guy. Even I thought about Space Ghost with the what's his name, with the mantis, as well. But the whole aspect of these insects, and these insects as parasites, matter of fact, I thought of a mosquito, because I did, and that kind of makes sense. Why I was like, so it's like what it is about mosquitoes. Seem like, like there's no peace about a mosquito sucking my blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, why, as I raise my vibration, mosquitoes still fuck with me in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's this parasite, it's parasitic energy that's trying to confuse people or do whatever it can to keep a host. So that means whatever it can, confuse you, lower your vibration, whatever, but it's trying to, suck your blood. And that's also going to the vampire aspect, and the insects trying to create zombies so they could feed off of, you know what I'm saying? And hence why I've been coming. The Adventures of JoJo is an anime that you should check out if you haven't watched it. You could get to it from Crunchyroll or it's called VRV, one of those apps, but it's the apps that allow for you to tap into the anime, because that allows for you to get into that anime that doesn't reach America. So it's that real raw, you gonna your soul gonna have little fucking flashback moments of watching these types of anime or whatever. And what's funny, they seem like they'll be corny from face value, but then when you watch them, they're pretty saucy. But the Adventures of JoJo and other things I've been listening and watching too. Matter of fact, shout out to the brethren Remedy H. If you're not dealing with his channel, check out his channel, Remedy H. And as I'm saying that, it's about to not, and that's what this video about. It's about to not even be this shit, like this YouTube shit. That shit about to soon be gone, sooner than what y'all, what we all realize. And again, that's why I'm doing this video to, again, remember, now's the vibrate. We're not fear-mongering ourselves about the future, but remember, now is healing the past and creating our future. And it's all right for us to tap in, to kind of peek into that future in relevance to our now, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with me creating this YouTube channel in the first place. I'm like, all right, people are going to start to, awaken and be looking for, some little insights and stuff like that, so let me do this YouTube video. And that's the same thing, right now. That's why a lot of people pulling off of YouTube and getting into Patreon, or just starting their own type of little, platform of social media or sharing media in general, but all these different little, platforms and things being created, because again, this system is about to really, show its teeth, you know what I'm saying? Again, the what's done in the darkness shall come to the light, you know what I'm saying? And Pluto and Saturn, come out of retrograde, especially again, that Saturn energy, again, everything, there's not going to be a stone unturned. And again, what's going on in our inner universe is going on externally. The more we change our inner world and we stop accepting the egoic mind bullshit within ourselves, the more we're not going to allow for that to happen. The more, or put like this, as we do that within, it's going to simultaneously, in essence, create that situation externally, and we're going to carry ourselves in such a way where we don't allow for, that bullshit, parasitic energies to fucking, mess with us in that sense. But again, just be prepared, to really leave a lot of, some of these little worldly aspects, of what you're dealing with, like, being hooked on the internet, for those who still, because I know I'm kind of somewhat talking to a wide range of people, so those who still may be watching TV, again, those who may still be holding on to that 9-to-5 due to money, and money ain't shit. Money is it has energetically, on the energetic level, it represents, current. The money is a representation of the current flow of the energy you put out. At the same time, though, just the money itself is a piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? And, just taking that value out of that piece of paper, valuing our own inner wealth, and the outer wealth will show in whatever form, fashion that is. Because again, you don't, the only reason why you're using money because the system creates something for people to be dependent on this money. But as we change things and things shift, and again, as things shift, they're gonna have a little period of roughness. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine we going through situations where we're not gonna no longer be using, the money system and certain aspects of the system in general. You know what I'm saying? Hence why I'm like, oh shit, might as well play the game and use these food stamps. Hey, because it's like that shit all about to be out the window. We're gonna have our own natural indigenous system, and when I say system, is going, as above so below, as within so without. It's going to be in alignment with the, the the true nature of things. The balance of my or the math of my, the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Everything lining up. So, with that being said, again, just that just that little, awareness vibe ringing the bell. To being at peace with being detached from the plantation system. You might want to start, making sure you really, because again, the subconscious mind could be like, oh, I'm a soldier, man. Fuck the system, fuck this plantation. But then you're right back at work the next morning. You know what I'm saying? Your actions show what your subconscious is programmed by, because your subconscious runs 99.9%. Let's just say 98% of your actions on autopilot is ran by your subconscious. So your actions and the way you carry yourself will show what's really going on. So you could say, oh, fuck the system, or I love my brethren and sister, and I love my... But your actions gonna show whether you love your brethren and sister. Your actions gonna show whether you say fuck the system or not. You know what I'm saying? And again, yes, we are in a dream realm. Yes, we are, in this holographic realm. Within this holographic realm, would you want parasites to run it, or do you want to be back in, control of this dream realm? Nope.
Yeah.
I'd rather not let a parasite control my dreams, or my holographic fake realm, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? And again, as we, detach and realize how much this is a temporary realm, we're able to lighten up those energies. And also, when it's time to transition, we'll transition into this higher realm. In which this higher realm, as I'm saying this could be, quote unquote, heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? In essence, not necessarily leaving this plane, so to speak, on a physical level, But again,
yeah, right? Yeah. You can see TV.
just gotta, share that vibe of, because again, I could see it within myself of sometimes forgetting, like, hey, don't forget shit gonna soon be, again, not to be on no fear-mongering stuff, but again, if I know a hurricane coming, I'm gonna get some bottles of water, and have my mind detached from worrying about electricity running and all that, you know what I'm saying? And get detached, and get prepared, be ready, so I won't have to get ready. And, and continue living in my now, you know what I'm saying? Have that awareness and act upon my now with that awareness, you know what I'm saying? Again, and like I also said, not going too far in the future where it's like, you hear of a hurricane coming. So, or you find out about it. Let's just say you find out that hurricane coming in the next year. So in that moment, you're going to be sitting around with a raincoat on, an umbrella, boots on, sitting in the boat and waiting for that whole year for that hurricane to come. Like, nah, it doesn't mean that, Continuously live in your moment, do what you got to do, And again, by staying in alignment with Source and your inner being and trusting, you'll be enlightened with what you should do constantly in your moment as that moment approaches. You know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of us activating, again, one man's God is another man's devil. We're shifting. And if I'm a parasite and I'm eating off a host, And that host is starting to shift. That host is starting, and that's how you could just look again without even saying this is about black or white people. Just again, just the nature of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what that situation is a parasite. Because somebody could be affected by a parasite even if they highly melanated. You know what I'm saying? A parasite is a parasite. So again, if I'm a parasite, I'm trying to stop my host from raising its vibration, or I'm trying to trick my host into believing that being sick is a balance of life. Like, well, feeling shitty and being negative is a part of the balance. So, I'm gonna stay kind of feeling shitty and negative a lot of times because, that's part of the balance of life. That's how tricky this parasitic energy could get with, promoting certain, realms of consciousness as well. But again, realizing it's certain, and this is the the storyline within this dream, right now. But again, another thing, don't let your heart weigh heavier than a feather. You know what I'm saying? And not letting your heart get heavier than the feathers doesn't mean that you won't have a certain level of aggression or like a certain spark to have that fiery segment energy. It's having that energy in a balance, in a healthy manner where you're not allowing for yourself to become heavy. You're channeling that fiery energy in a way that's beneficial to yourself and others. Because if you channel your anger in a way that's beneficial to your inner world, it's going to be beneficial to your outer world, So, again, these parasites, and no coincidence, July 4th, Independence Day, and RFG talked about that, but the whole aspect of those aliens being like insects, and even Men in Black, the insect, it was a roach, you know what I'm saying, on MIB, you know what I'm saying, like everything just points to some type of insect energy, sucking up things. But what was I gonna say? Oh, like right now we're going, so August represents, when we go into August, we're going into the dog days of summer, and the dog days, the dog star is Sirius, and Sirius, aka Seth or Sothis, aka the first son of God, or the first son of the primordial mother, the first son to come out of that ship from the north, that celestial ship from the north, that North Pole, that Mount Meru, that energy, again, that Set Sothis fiery, star energy, that's why they call it the dog days of the summer, you know what I'm saying, because that Sirius is going to be shining, and bringing that heat as well, you know what I'm saying, and, no coincidences in the month of, August, and August represented with the Leo energy, Leo connected to the sun, connected to, that fiery, brave, courageous energy, connected to Rastafari, and the lions protecting the gate of the divine feminine, because any gate or entrance is basically like a representation of the yoni, and that lion, protecting that energy, and again, speaking on that Independence Day, that's why I was gonna tie it in, where it was insect, like they made that movie also, like on some, trying to distract us from the energies that raise up around these times in the summer and August times, you know what I'm saying? And again, we got the Lion's Gate coming, that's opening up, amplifying that fiery energy, moving forward, going into September when things are gonna activate. So we're gonna get this fiery lioness or lion energy, you know what I'm saying? Going through this Lions Gate, this 8-8, from 8-8, 2019 to 8-26, because 26, the 26, 2 and 6 equal 8 as well, and that's kind of like when it'll be kind of ending and closing. But we're gonna go through that 8-8 portal, you know what I'm saying? That 8 also, that feminine, that divine feminine, that infinity, that connection to infinity, you know, and we're going to get activated and really realize. And that's why another thing too, you know, I've been realizing the importance of, you know, really taking, you know, the eating healthy aspect. Of course, we have alchemy of the mind. Of course, I could take a sugar pill and heal anything, and at the same time, you know, realizing that there are those certain food, like just like no bad or good, just cause and effect. You know, certain fuels have a certain effect on your bodysuit, you know, on your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of fuels you put into your vehicle, you know, affects what, you know, like how your vehicle move, you know, in essence. So, you know, however, so to each his own on that. However you feel you want your vehicle to move, and however you feel, like whatever fuel you feel is best for the alignment of your soul, you know, then, you know, go with that. But again, just realizing this shift is really coming and happening, you know, again, and feeling it myself, and then seeing it across the board is just everybody kind of just awakening to this energy, you know. No longer time to lie about shit, you know. Because I even see, shout out to Seven Bomar, you know, keeping it a real about like the aspect of the indigenous beings, and, you know, again, not it not being about the quote unquote aspect of being black or white, but, you know, it does have a connection with the indigenous beings, and the indigenous beings do have a connection, you know, with the you know, the carbon and the, you know, and the melanin aspect. But again, that's not the end all be all. It's all layers go into this situation. So we don't just sit in one layer and be like, oh, it's just this, or it's just that. You know, it's all of these layers, you know. But again, things are shifting, things are changing right now. Stay lighthearted, you know, have that heart's discernment. Don't fuck around with the fuck arounds if you ain't feeling it. Don't deal with nobody just because you think spirituality say I gotta be nice to this person, even though you don't feel like dealing with them, and your intuition even telling you don't really fuck with them. But because of spirituality say that you gotta deal with anybody with a smiling face who got a Om sign tatted on them, or who deal with crystals. You know, like, oh, they deal with crystals and they got an Om tattoo. They cool. Like, nah. You know, it's more than just that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, again, like, oh, they go to church. You know, they must be like, oh, yeah. And with the church is a whole different story anyway. But, you know, now is the vibe rates, the rate at which we're vibing. You know, matter of fact, look, let me go through these other little aspects while I'm right here. You could say, oh man, the video too long. It's gonna soon not even be a fucking YouTube, so you know what? Fucking make this video as long as I feel it should be. But just also just kind of tapping into bringing up that Lionsgate energy, you know, Leo season coming through. You know, matter of fact, also connected with you know, Haile Selassie's Earth Day, you know, and that whole, we talk about the Nagas, and we talk about, you know, the Negus, you know, the Negus is terrain, you know, Negus or Negus in Ethiopian, or I want to say Aramaic is terrain, you know. So Negus or Negus or Naga, you know, the serpent energy, you know, is awakening, you know, aka that Sith, Typhon, and Draco energy, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without, you know, the constellations, the stars, you know. Again, that Sekhmet, fiery divine energy coming through, you know, preparing us for this, you know, this release of energy come September. Again, like that aspect of the zombie theme, you know, and some could say like, oh, universe, you gonna create, you know, because I even had that vibe at one time too, you know, of like, what we focus on grows, And then I start to realize, well, hey, maybe I'm, being brought to the attention of some things by my soul, you know, and I'm being brought to the attention of these things by my soul, not because of my soul trying to make me scared, but my soul just want me to know what's really going on and be prepared for, situations, Just think about it, like when you about to walk out the door and your intuition, like, like something like, hold on, let me grab the umbrella, you know. That's not your intuition trying to scare you and be like, ooh, be scared of the rain and be scared it's gonna rain. It's just your intuition like, hey, might be raining, grab the umbrella, you know. That's it. But peace, peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now, now's the vibrate. Right now, we gotta start, not tomorrow, not the next 5 minutes, right now. Right now. And there's a constant growth, I get it, but the accountability is all within self, you know what I'm saying? You're accountable for yourself and nobody else, That's why trying to preach or coach to somebody else before getting yourself right could have you lost in the sauce, because it's like you just got to take care of yourself. Because think about it, preaching to people don't change people. It's people who change themselves, So the fact that, preaching to people don't help or don't force change, you know what I'm saying? On that sense, you just got to change yourself, you know. And then if you want to share information, then, you do it from, again, like I got a YouTube platform, or, or write a book, or, or just, you could speak your truth, but without trying to force it upon somebody, But that's why, again, it's about the inner, work. Because if I start to change my inner world and raise my vibration, I become that beacon of light, and I'm also, creating that change I want to see due to the change I created within myself. So, again, peace, peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past.